This video is made possible by mydiy.ie. Visit mydiy.ie and use code NEXTGEAR10 for 10% off your next order. Okay, so like Jeep has a lot of American things. I just put the key in the ignition, but it's telling me the key is in the ignition, so you see, right? Door ajar. There's a different beep for when I've actually started up. Now, door ajar still, right? Sorry, I didn't bang it hard enough because it's American, requires, yeah, man. It's the Jeep Wrangler. It is for sale in Ireland. This is the two-door model. There is a back door on this like a hatchback, but it's not hatch, it folds outward, so it's counted as a two-door, not a three-door. There is also a four-door available of this, which is much bigger inside, but yet only about £2,000 more expensive, I think. This car is ridiculously priced in Ireland, mostly down to VRT and tax, not really down to Jeep Ireland overpricing it, but it's nearly 54 grand for this car I'm in. Let's start off with the kind of negative stuff, right? Fuel economy on this. Fuel economy. I put €20 in it last night. I had a full tank leaving Portlaoise. I drove to Galway. I needed to put €20 in it in Galway and drive back, and I'll need to put more fuel in it tomorrow to drive it back up to Dublin. It does 11.4, 11.5 litres per 100 kilometres, give or take, and this is the light version of the car. The heavy version of the car probably do worse, which is the four-door one, which is bigger than this car. This has... Here's that engine. It's hard to get it going. They've tried their best to make this fuel efficient in some way or another. Most of it has kind of just sapped all the torque out of it, is what its main job is. It's not really a car for Ireland. This is more of a car for California. And even when you look up Jeep's YouTube channel, because I want to find out how to take the roof off this, it's raining outside really badly, so I can't take it off now. I'm not worried about getting wet, but I'd destroy the interior. It'd be wrecked. So I'm not going to do that. But two scantily clad California girls were taking the roof off the car.
The next step is to loosen the bolts that attach the rear section of the hardtop. This step requires use of a Torx tool.
Courtney, can you grab that torque wrench?
Definitely. Thanks. This looks awesome.
There are 6 or 8 Torx screws to remove, depending on whether your Wrangler has 2 or 4 doors.
Oh yeah, we should keep that door 3/4 of the way open.
Keep the rear swing gate partially open for easier removal. Having a friend on hand makes this final step much easier. Remember, whatever the weather, you're never more than a few steps away from changing out your Wrangler's roof to match.
There's nowhere in the car to actually store any of this stuff, so you need a garage to put the stuff in to keep it safe from scratches and things, because it is the painted exterior of the car. It is kind of a plastic fiberglass spray foam version of a roof. But this does have a roll cage. It's right here beside me. It's all along the front of the car, around the back. It goes down along over the back seats as well, which leaves you that sort of frame there when the roof is off. All that aside for a minute, this is a bloody brilliant yoke. I have to say, you feel invincible in it. You feel like a ton of bricks going on the road. You pretty much are. You feel like you bump into something and leave a Jeep face imprinted into that something and then just drive off in it. It is a gorgeous thing to behold. It stops traffic. People come over across the road to have a look at this thing. It's like a sort of a dream vehicle. It handles terribly. Like in a corner, I'm going to like fall out of the seat there trying to get around that corner, and the steering wheel is like a bus steering wheel. I get all the things, all the negative things you could say about the car, but I love it. And even when you put your foot down, you have to go all the way to the floor. Watch this. There is power there. You will empty the tank doing that, but that's the way you get power. So right now I have a quarter of a tank of fuel left. There's 148 kilometers to empty. And I actually believe it. I've done 277 miles since I picked it up. I can't figure out how to get the trip computer to show me kilometers. The speedo's in miles per hour predominantly, and then the smaller dial is in kilometers per hour. I can live with that as well. You open the windows from a switch over here in the middle, like a Fiat does. It's meant to be a tough interior. That sat-nav and its voice control all is actually very good, very efficient. They're really good. The sat-nav particularly is really good. You can put in a hard disk drive. I think there's already in it somewhere. There's a disc, so you can put in a disc so you can play ordinary disc. It's real, like, tough utilitarian stuff. Sorry, I'm sitting wrong here for some reason. That don't get me started on the seats. The ratchet system in the seats is dreadful. When you want to put someone in the back, you lean it forward. So one of the biggest problems of the Jeep Wrangler is when you want to put someone in the back, it's very hard to hold it. So you get this handle here which flips the seat forward, and then you push the whole seat forward, which gives great access. You know, there's plenty of access that gets through here. But when you want to return the seat back the way it was, then you push, it goes bolt upright in a totally different position. And so it's a constant fight trying to get your seat back the way you had it. That's the same on both sides. There's no memory in the seat at all. And it's vague when you're driving, when you turn the wheel, you don't necessarily connect it to the wheels on the outside. And I forgive all of that because it's such a good car. I love it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just into Americana. Maybe I just like that American car feel that you get from one of these. But I just can't put my finger on what it is I really like about it. It's just a good car. I think the best way to explain this is, you know, someone who has a great big dog, a big sloppy dog, and it's smelly and it's hard to wash, and sometimes it wheezes on your slippers. No one else likes it, you know. Other people in your family go, God, that dog stinks. The thing stinks. But you know, you as the owner goes, he's a good dog. That's a good dog, that dog. That dog never lets me down. When you're out for a walk with him on your own, he's like a big puppy dog, face sticking out the window going, That's what this car is. And fair balls to Jeep, it is a real utility vehicle. I mean, Land Rover gave up making the Defender, which was a real utility vehicle. But Jeep haven't stopped making this thing. You know, this is still the proper Jeep. There's a massive expanse of windscreen. Like, I can't get anywhere near that door, even leaning over towards it. It doesn't. It's a really wide car, but it's very short. It's a short wheelbase one. So much so there's little or no boot. It's kind of a shelf. And the rear seat passengers have a fairly good leg room in the back, in fairness. But, you know, without the other two doors, it's just a pain in the ass. So how the back door opens, right? This splits the door in half, and then the top half here isn't locked on at all, it just lifts up. And when you want to close that, it just goes, whoop. That's it. Cool, huh? I really enjoy this vehicle. I really do. I think I'm not telling you to go out and buy it, right? 54 grand is a lot of money to pay for a vehicle like this, but you will get that love for it. You will look outside your window and go, I own a puppy dog. I own a big, sloppy, drool coming out of its mouth puppy dog. And that's where this all is. It's just a cool car, beyond cool. It's so cool. It's a bit frosty in here, and I might have turned the heating on. Now lad smoking a pipe in front of me, and you swear to God he was going backwards. Jesus Christ. Good lad. Good lad. Yeah, well done. I'm watching you. Eat my exhaust. Speed bumps are not its good thing. Definitely not. Definitely not the good thing. So I don't normally forget this, but I actually forgot to record an ending to this video. So, you know, where I normally say, click the subscribe button, you know, you can check the links down below and see you on the far side. And I never thought of doing it. So I'm doing that now. But before I do that, an unboxing thing. I got sent a little bit of fan mail. You're very good. Thank you very much. This thing came here with a little card drawn on the front. It's really good. Really, really good. And even a logo. I even got a logo. Look at that. Stop me up. TNG. You can see there with a gear shift in the middle of it. This hat, which is homemade knit, and this neck scarf thing. I don't know what you call them things, but it's really good. It's very, very nice of you, Darren, and I think that says Leslie. I'm sorry, Leslie, if it doesn't say Leslie. But it's very good. Little cars drawn on it, and see on the far side, Bob. Brilliant. Thank you so much for doing that. We'll talk about that on Sunday service this week. But until the next time, I will see you on the far side.
So good.
This video is made possible by mydiy.ie. Visit mydiy.ie and use code NEXTGEAR10 for 10% off your next order.